Hi, welcome to our channel, Programming of Mind, where we accelerate your knowledge with concise, from high-value book summaries. Let's begin. The professional's mindset, embracing discipline and focus. In the war against resistance, one of the greatest assets a professional has is their mindset. It's the unwavering belief in the value of hard work, the discipline to focus on the process, and the ability to shut out distractions. Developing this mindset is crucial for pushing through resistance and achieving sustained success. In this section, we'll explore how embracing discipline and focus is key to turning professional in your work and why cultivating this mindset is essential for long-term growth. The power of focus. Focus is the lifeblood of productivity. It's what allows the professional to prioritize the important tasks, block out distractions, and make meaningful progress every day. Resistance, on the other hand, thrives on distractions, pulling us away from the work that matters. It lures us into activities that feel urgent but are ultimately unimportant, scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV shows, or endlessly checking emails. The professional understands that in order to achieve greatness, they must master the art of focus and make it a daily habit. Consider the example of John, a talented writer with a full-time job. John had always wanted to write a novel, but he struggled to find time and focus amid his busy work schedule. Every time he sat down to write, he found himself checking his phone, replying to messages, or thinking about other tasks that needed attention. Resistance made it easy for John to feel overwhelmed by the demands of everyday life, and it made focusing on his novel seem impossible. One day, John decided to take control of his focus. He set a specific time each morning, before work, to write for an hour without distractions. He turned off his phone, ignored emails, and locked himself in a quiet room. It wasn't easy at first, and the urge to check his phone or procrastinate was strong. But John was committed to his goal. Over time, his ability to focus improved, and the novel slowly began to take shape. Within a few months, John had written the first draft of his book. His dedication to focus, every single day, was the key to his success. John's story illustrates the power of focus. It's not about finding the perfect time to write or waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about deciding to make time for what matters and shutting out the distractions that keep you from your work. By cultivating this focus, the professional sets themselves up for success. Discipline, the foundation of consistent work. Discipline is the cornerstone of professional success. While motivation may come and go, discipline is what keeps you going when motivation wanes. The professional knows that success is not about bursts of inspiration or occasional moments of brilliance. It's about consistent, disciplined effort over time. This means showing up every day, regardless of your mood or the circumstances, and doing the work. Take the case of Anna, a personal trainer who had a deep passion for fitness and helping others. However, despite her passion, she struggled to grow her business. She would work hard for a few weeks, but then get distracted by other priorities or lose motivation. She found herself constantly starting and stopping, never making the kind of progress she desired. One day, Anna realized that in order to succeed, she needed to develop the discipline to work consistently, even on the days when she didn't feel like it. She set a goal to work on her business every day, whether that meant updating her website, engaging with clients on social media, or designing new fitness programs. Anna didn't wait for motivation to strike. She created the habit of discipline. Over time, her business grew steadily, and she built a loyal client base. Anna's journey demonstrates the importance of discipline. It's not about having the perfect circumstances. It's about showing up, doing the work, and creating habits that will carry you through even when your enthusiasm fades. Discipline is the foundation of long-term success. Developing a routine. One of the most powerful tools the professional uses to fight resistance is a daily routine. A routine brings structure to your day, helps you stay focused, and makes it easier to work through the moments of doubt and procrastination. By setting aside dedicated time for your work, you turn it into a non-negotiable part of your life. A routine helps you stay consistent and productive, even when you don't feel like working. Consider Mark, an architect who is juggling multiple projects but struggling to manage his time effectively. Mark would find himself getting distracted, jumping between tasks, and feeling overwhelmed by his workload. He realized that in order to be truly productive, he needed a daily routine that allowed him to focus on his work without constantly switching between tasks. Mark decided to wake up an hour earlier each day to plan his work. He structured his day around focused blocks of time, working on design concepts in the morning, meeting with clients in the afternoon, and responding to emails in the evening. By adhering to this routine, Mark was able to complete more work in less time and maintain a high level of quality. His routine helped him stay on track, even when resistance tempted him to take shortcuts or procrastinate. Mark's experience highlights the power of a routine. By setting a schedule and sticking to it, you make your work a priority and eliminate the decision fatigue that often comes with trying to decide when and how to work. A solid routine creates a structure that makes it easier to work through resistance, overcoming distractions and procrastination. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. From smartphones to social media to the constant influx of emails and notifications, staying focused can feel like an impossible task. Resistance feeds on these distractions, making it easy to avoid the work that matters. However, the professional knows that in order to achieve their goals, they must eliminate distractions and focus on the task at hand. Take the example of Claire, an entrepreneur who was working to grow her online business. Claire was highly motivated and had big goals, but she found herself spending hours on social media, watching YouTube videos, and checking her email instead of focusing on the work that would move her business forward. Resistance made these distractions feel urgent, and Claire often felt like she was being productive, even though she wasn't making any real progress. One day, Claire decided to implement a few simple strategies to eliminate distractions. She turned off all notifications on her phone, set specific time blocks for social media, and used website blockers to keep her off distracting sites during work hours. She also began to break her work into smaller tasks, so she could focus on one thing at a time. Slowly but surely, Claire's productivity improved, and her business began to grow. She realized that eliminating distractions was a key part of overcoming resistance. Claire's story is a reminder that distractions are one of the most powerful tools resistance uses against us. By taking control of our environment and eliminating these distractions, we can stay focused and make meaningful progress toward our goals. The role of passion in discipline. While discipline is essential for success, it is also important to have a deep passion for the work you do. Passion is the fuel that drives the professional to stay committed, even when the work gets tough. When you're passionate about your craft, discipline becomes easier to maintain because the work feels meaningful and rewarding. Passion gives you the energy and motivation to keep going, even when you encounter setbacks. Take the case of Emily, a graphic designer who had always loved art but struggled to find a career that allowed her to pursue her passion. She spent years working in various jobs, but nothing seemed to fulfill her. Eventually, Emily made the decision to become a freelance designer, focusing on projects that aligned with her love for creativity. The work wasn't always easy, and there were times when Emily felt burned out. But her passion for design kept her going. It was the driving force that made discipline feel effortless, even on tough days. Emily's story shows that passion and discipline go hand in hand. Passion makes discipline sustainable because it gives you a reason to keep going when things get tough. The professional understands that both passion and discipline are necessary to overcome resistance and achieve lasting success. The professional's commitment to mastery. The professional doesn't settle for mediocrity. They strive for mastery. They understand that their craft is something that requires constant improvement and refinement. The journey to mastery is long, and there is always more to learn. However, the professional sees this as part of the process, and they are committed to getting better every day. Consider Jake, a chef who worked his way up from washing dishes in a small kitchen to becoming the head chef at a Michelin-starred restaurant. Jake didn't get there by resting on his laurels or assuming that he knew everything. He committed to learning from his mentors experimenting with new techniques, and pushing himself to improve every single day. Jake's dedication to mastering his craft was what allowed him to rise to the top of the culinary world. Jake's journey is a reminder that mastery is a continuous process. The professional understands that success is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey of improvement. By committing to mastery, you ensure that you are always growing and evolving in your craft. Conclusion: the power of a professional mindset. Developing the professional mindset is essential for overcoming resistance and achieving long-term success. It requires discipline, focus, a commitment to consistency, and a passion for the work you do. The professional understands that success doesn't come easily. It is earned through sustained effort and a dedication to the process. By cultivating this mindset, you can navigate the challenges of resistance and create a life and career that align with your deepest values and goals. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.